Great. So factoring, this is our second day of factoring tricks. This is the Super X trick. There's a whole bunch of ways to do this kind of factoring. This is what I named it. Some other teachers have named a similar trick something else, but I'll go with Super X. And we're going to use this when A is not equal to 1. So remember from yesterday, we had these situations, but it wasn't 8. What was in front of x squared? Just the 1. There was nothing, right? So now we have to deal with it when we have this 8 out in front. And there's some parts to this that are going to appear to be kind of like a little bit of math magic happening, okay? It's going to start with a little bit of that, and it's going to end with it. And those that are keen, I want you to think about why we can do that, okay? So first step, even before step 1 is, I know that the answer is going to be in this form. It's definitely going to be in that form. Okay, so let's put that at the top as well. This is where we're going to end up. We still have our x over here. There's one slight difference, but one of the biggest differences is step 1. And you're going to see the pattern. You're going to see the pattern. When I explain it right here, it's almost a little trickier. So even if you just wanted to write, we're going to reduce the first term to look like this. We're basically going to take the ax squared, this first term, we're going to reduce it by 1 degree and put it in the first position. So that's a lot of wording. I'm just going to do it right now and then I'll wait. That's a lot of wording to say we're going to take 8x and put it like so. Because it was 8x squared, I went ahead and just took 1 degree off and put it in the first position. This is part of that math magic. Just kind of trust the process. Write good notes, then it'll be real helpful on the quiz. Just use it. So everybody get down to this step right here, and then I'll keep moving along to see that. Oh, you're already step 2. Okay. So step 1, we just took the 8x squared and made it an 8x. We put them in the first position for both. Step 2 is, actually step 2 through 3 and 4 are all having to do with our x. So now we're going to go to that, and there's one subtle difference. Step 2 says what we're going to do is take A and C, we're going to multiply them together and put them in the bottom. Yesterday we just had C on the bottom. We just had our last term on the bottom. Now we have to multiply these together. So take really good notes on this. After you do the classwork, you'll get the hang of this. So I just put arrows to my A and my C. What happens when we multiply those together? There we go. All right, everybody catch to this step right here. So the bottom of the x is just A times C. That's what I'm going to put down there. If you're already done with step 2, take a peek at step 3. That doesn't change. Just go to put that B value at the top. That didn't change from last time. Negative 10. Next one, see? 10. Perfect. Negative 24 on the bottom, negative 10 on the top. All right. And step 4 is also what we did yesterday. It's just completing this x. So we're finding these two values right here. And I'll give everybody like a minute or so. You can work in your teams. Let's bring it back in like a minute. So how are we going to figure out what goes in those boxes? They have to multiply to give us 24, negative. Add to give us negative 10. Negative 12 then. Good recovery.
So that's it?
Almost. There's a last step 6.
That's it. That's easy.
Let's finish step 4, 5, and 6 before we. But you're right. All right, let's bring it back. I heard a lot of folks saying negative 12, positive 2. What if you can't see that really clearly? What could you do? Go out here and take negative 24. And you could make all your factors here available to you. And then looking at all these factors, all these multiplied give us negative 24. If you had to do that slowly, you can do it. You see how I put them in numbers like this? I put them in order. Put them in numbers. I put them in order because if you really needed to, you could use a calculator to try to find all the factors. That's a way to keep it in order. We're going to take this one though. All right. Step 5 is what we did already. So Andy knows this one. When you have these numbers here, where do you put them? Uh-oh. For your homework, remember? Minus 12 plus 2. Doesn't matter where you put it because that's 8x and 8x. Doesn't matter which goes where. And then we have step 6. So far, nothing's really changed. We had a first step that changed. We got to remember this is A times C. The rest of it is kind of the same process. Step 6, though, factor expressions, and we can delete the factors. Sounds crazy. Let's see how it works. What can we factor out of 8x and out of 12? What's the greatest common factor we can take out? And remember, it's just like, if you had the mailman coming to the houses, right, like so, down here. When he's delivering mail, they go to each house and deliver it, right? What's that called?
Delivered.
Yeah. What's the math term for it?
Distribution.
Okay. So the thing about this is, does the mailman just deliver mail? What else do they do? They take mail. If you have a letter at your house, they better take it as well, right? So distribution is just the opposite as factoring. We have to take the same amount out of every single house. So when I'm factoring, what can I take out of 8x and out of 12? What's the greatest amount I can take out of each of them? Watch this, 4. What's left over on the inside is 2x minus 3. Because what we've done is just divide out of 4. We divided out of 4, that's what's left on the inside. Next we have to do the second part. Let's factor this. What's the greatest number or value we can take out of both of these terms? 2. So I'm going to take out 2. And that's what's left over inside. All I've done is divide it out. Uh-oh, Gadable. You need Gadable?
Just for like 30 seconds.
You got it. All right. Once we get to this step, it's very nice. Guess what we get to do?
Delete factors.
We get to delete the factors. Watch this. fx is equal to 2x minus 3. 4x plus 1. Now think about it. We were able to delete the factors here, 4 and 2. And the first trick we did where we took this first term and brought it down here as 8x and 8x, those are related in the part of this super x trick. It works every time though. Every time. Yeah. Sure. This? Well, if you're not sure if you did the right did the right work, you can multiply back in. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. So the way that I did it is I did the opposite of what I just showed you. I divided out the 4. Right? And that's where it's just distribution is multiplying, factoring is dividing out. Great question. Great question. Oh. Answer. Everybody feel like we do one more and maybe we'll see the process, see the pattern?
Yeah.
I want to show one more for the video. So is everybody good with this number, this writing? I can take it out?
Yes.
See? Move in. I know what I'm doing. What's happening back there? Uh-oh. All right, number 2. Let's do this number 2. Bring it back together here. Number 2. Quincy, you on this?
Hey guys.
All right. You got it. All right, everybody. I'd like for you to put it in the form that we're going to. We're going here, so we want to put it right there to start out because we're going to input some values. If you know to do step 1, go ahead and input what we need to put into our answer. What do we take? Take the first term. I hear some talking back here. Down. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. All right. What should we put in this first term right here? Right here?
Yeah.
All right. Andy, what else should I do here? How am I going to find what goes in the box? What's going to go here?
You want to do A times C, which would be 3, times the negative 5, which would be negative 15. Woo!
All right, Shane, what goes on the top?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Now we need 2 numbers that multiply. Remember, they multiply to give you the bottom, negative 15. They add to give you the top.
Negative 5, 3.
Let's try that. Negative 5, positive 3. Let's see if it works. Negative 15. Negative 2. Okay. Now where do I put these values? I put them back here where I started. Right. And then I look a little closer, and I can't factor this. There's nothing I can take out of both terms. I can't divide out anything if it's a 3 and a 5. There's nothing really to divide out. So that is just in our answer.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just do the answer right here.
Well, we have to deal with this side, because what can we factor out of both of these? This class is good at factoring. X plus 1. I just factored out that second one. Greatest common factor. And then, last step.
Factor out factor.
I did? Yeah. And then what can we do with this factor that we took out?
Take it out. Delete it.
Deleted. Just writing our final answer. It's nothing new. Got it. All right. So it's a very procedural kind of process here, and that's why I want these to be. You all take great notes so you can access these if we have to do this process. Okay. All right. So, any questions? Anything else I can clarify? What do you think? Just the process we got to do. All right. Great.